Hey everyone, how are you doing? Hope you're having a nice day so far. Today we're going to go over that video I was talking to you about that I would make, going over the release dates of the new shows coming out, which we now officially have. Of course, let's start right off the bat here. Obi-Wan Kenobi, May 27th, covering Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, flashbacks, and of course Darth Vader. Now 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, 10 years before A New Hope. Star Wars Andor will come late summer, and a lot of people were sleeping on this show, I feel like. You know, I remember when there were rumors about the show being made a couple of years ago, people were like, nah, it's lame, it sucks. People still saying that. I have been on board with this show since the very beginning. Rogue One was awesome. I loved it. And I think this show is going to knock Rogue One out of the park, even. I think this show is going to be a hit. I think it'll be great. It's taking place in a time just before A New Hope. If things are like interesting around Kenobi, which is 10 years before A New Hope and 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, this is going to be even more juicy. Or just as. You know, Vader is even more Vader at this point. Palpatine is further into the Empire at this point, and even more Palpatine at this point. You know, Boba could come in. He's older. Cad Bane could come in. He's older. Could there be remnants of clones that we'll see? Will we see some characters from Rebels, perhaps? There's so many different characters that we can see now closer to A New Hope in Andor. We could see Kenobi. We could maybe hear Qui-Gon Jinn in the canon novel. From a certain point of view, Qui-Gon manifests himself on the day that Obi-Wan goes to see Luke in episode 4. So perhaps they can tweak it and be like, oh, well, we'll see him a little bit sooner than that in Andor. I don't know. Things could happen. Will Ahsoka be in it? There's a lot of different characters that can show up in this show, and I'm really excited and I want to know what it's all about. I'm very pumped for it. Anyways, it's coming late summer, so that means we're going to get Kenobi probably taking us to the early week of July, and then we're going to be getting Andor probably like a month later, maybe like early August or something like that, which I think was when Bad Batch ended season 1 a couple years ago, right? Or last year. Was it last year? Yeah, it might have been last year. Mandalorian Season 3, late 2022 or early 2023. Obviously, in this one, it's going to be picking up where we saw him in the Book of Boba Fett, where he now has to go to Mandalore. He has to go to the Springs and try to reclaim his Mandalorianness. And it'll be an interesting journey. Bad Batch Season 2, unknown, although I think that this could possibly come out this year as well. We don't know. It was allegedly going to come out sometime, I think, this spring or summer, and then they changed that and they like removed the date from an online source, and now it's unknown. But I think it's going to be, I think it could be this year. I think it could be after Andor. However many episodes Andor is, I don't know if this says or not, but if it's, let's say, the regular like 6 or 7 or 8, then that could take us into probably October, and then we could get Bad Batch for maybe several episodes. That could take us into December, end of December, maybe even early January. And then if we get Mandalorian Season 3 in early 2023, we could start that in like February or something. Who knows? 2023 Star Wars Ahsoka. We don't really know anything about that. And Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie will be the first Star Wars movie written in theaters since released in theaters since episode 9. The fact that this movie is directed by Taika Waititi and co-writer by Waititi and Wilson Cairns is a comprehensive list of the things we actually know about it. Waititi said in the summer of 2021 that the movie has a story, makes sense, and that otherwise it's still being written. And for when it might take place or come out, we'll just have to wait and see. With Rogue Squadron getting moved back, Waititi's movie will be the first Star Wars movie set to hit theaters since Rise of Skywalker. So that's cool. An undated Star Wars Rogue Squadron. We still don't know what's happening with that. Star Wars The Acolyte, which I'm stoked about, and we don't know when that is coming out either. I think it's probably going to be 2023. Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie. We don't know anything about this either, except for the fact that we just got some information regarding that it's got nothing to do with the Skywalker saga. So this could be still in the Skywalker timeline, possibly, just maybe with different characters, or it could be completely outside of that realm. I'm thinking it's probably Old Republic. I feel like that's where we're going to go. Or they could take us way into the future, excuse me, with Grogu, perhaps. You know, I mean, you gotta get Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau on that show, or on that movie, or on that script, because it's their characters. You know, it's Jon's character. So they could do that with an older Grogu, who's like a Jedi Mandalorian now, like Tar Vizsla, but his project will probably be Old Republic. So that is the Star Wars timeline for shows and movies coming out in the next, I guess, year and a half, maybe 2 years. So I hope we get some more information regarding these projects, as well as probably many more projects and movies and films and shows, movies and films and shows when Celebration hits next week. So hey, crossing fingers, we get a lot more stuff, a lot more projects, games, and everything. And yeah, let me know which one you're more excited about than the other. For me, it's definitely Kenobi #1. Probably Mando Season 3 after that. And then Ahsoka and Andor are kind of tied. Probably Ahsoka, and then Andor, and then Bad Batch Season 2, and Acolyte. Actually, Acolyte comes before Bad Batch Season 2. I really liked Bad Batch. Like, it was, ending was kind of boring a little bit, but I actually really enjoyed it. But hey, whatever. Rogue Squadron, I don't know what they're doing with this. I have no idea what's going on. That's Patty Jenkins' project, right? She seems really passionate about it, and I'm excited for her, but I just don't know what they're going to do with it. There was a bit of, I gotta find the excerpt. There was some information that came out just a few days ago, and I'll make a video just about it itself, and I'll find the excerpt. But essentially, and I'm paraphrasing, it had to do with the Acolyte. I think the creator, Leslie Headland, where she was talking about how she came inspired to write for this show as 200 years before the Phantom Menace, and she was like, well, what happened in the Phantom Menace that for all these years where the Jedi were in power, the Sith kind of just like went under their noses and just showed up. Like, what happened in this time? So it's going to perhaps cover some of that story. So that's kind of cool, you know, like that it's going to connect with Plagueis, perhaps, which would be really sweet. I'd love to see some of that. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know which project you are most excited for and which one you're least excited for. And maybe there's a project that you really want to see that we might get announced at Celebration, which would be awesome. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you always.